Hello, my name's John. I drink on the internet. This is something that was put into my hand a little while ago. It's confusing. It's called Whyte Mackay Light, and it's a low alcohol version of the Whyte Mackay blended whiskey. I was given this and I don't know how to feel about it. Because on one hand, it simultaneously has so many cardinal sins. A lot of whiskey enthusiasts would probably consider this to be sort of the pinnacle of heresy when it comes to whiskey as a category. I don't know where I stand on it. Get it? It's another one of those attempts to appeal to low and less alcohol drinkers. I get that. I think there's a reason no one else has ever done it with whiskey before, and I'm not necessarily surprised that Whyte Mackay were the first. Whyte Mackay is a company. They produce whiskey. They also do vodkas and gins and other bits and pieces. And the three malt whiskies that they are in charge of are Dalmore, Fettercairn and Jura. And if you were to ask any kind of whiskey enthusiast what links these three whiskies, it would more than likely be that they're not as good as they used to be. But that's sort of adding all the baggage of the company onto this before we get a chance to try it. I have preconceptions. I'd imagine most people have preconceptions about this. I don't think it's going to be very good, but you never know. It might surprise me. So it says on the neck here, a lighter spirit drink from Scotland. It's 21.5%. It can't call itself whiskey because it's less than 40%, so that's a legal thing. It does say enjoy neat, over ice, or with a mixer. We're just going to be trying it neat today. Whyte Mackay Light, a lighter spirit drink from Scotland made from Scotch whiskey married with sherry. Spirit drink has been enriched by sweet sherry casks and freshly emptied bourbon barrels. So it's not clear if it was a bourbon and then sherry finished whiskey that's then been watered down, or this liquid has then been put into those barrels. I would guess the former. I'm going to put it into a Glencairn because I'm going to try and show this thing a bit of respect. I kind of want to taste this and nose it like a whiskey, and a lot of the rules don't apply. For example, the legs are never going to be good on that, are they? Very pale colour, because, you know, it's... At what point are we just going to say what it is? It's watered down whiskey. Maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. It's not a good start. Oh, it smells like an old rug and like a far-off ashtray. It's got that signature cheap and nasty whiskey thing going on with it. It smells young. It smells aggressive, which again, weird. So maybe like a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of oak coming in it. Slightly acrid sweetness, like somebody left a chocolate bar in the attic or something. Oh, there's some whiskey in that water. It's not terrible. It's actually not unpleasant, actually, if I'm being honest. Yeah, there's like a tobacco-y thing going on with it. There is actually a fair bit of smoke in that. You can tell it used to be whiskey, and actually, it's one of the better cheap blended whiskies that I've tasted. It does just taste like you put too much water in it. A little bit like a caramel vanilla thing going on. There's actually kind of a bit of depth to it. Like it's trying to fight through what's happened to it, or what's been done to it. That's unexpected. I don't hate it. I actually don't mind it. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. If you're like trying to watch your intake, can't really detect any of the sherry. There's like a vague sweetness, but I wouldn't be able to tell you that that's sherry. And as you may or may not know, I know a bit too about sherry. And if you don't know that I know that, there's a bit of decent clicking. Yeah, I mean, it's adulterated whiskey, but as adulterated whiskey goes, not half bad. There's still flavour to it. I think they knocked it back a little bit too much, but I suppose if you're going to do this to a whiskey, then you might as well go the whole hog. It's not terrible. Yeah, I'm not going to tip that down the drain. I'm going to keep hold of that. I'm going to see what other people think of it, because it's not dreadful. Don't get me wrong, it's not like, you know, an award-winning dram by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not bad. Am I insulted that this happened to a whiskey? Yeah, it's not terrible, I think is the nicest thing I can say about it, because it's not terrible. You could even use this as a starter whiskey, like a really starter whiskey. This is like training wheels whiskey. Or you could just really water down the whiskey you have. I think that's the crux of this really, isn't it? Like, you could buy this, or you could just water down whiskey you already have. I think we've spotted a problem with this, and it's, why would you buy it if you already have whiskey? Because you can just do it yourself, can't you? Have you tried any Whyte Mackay products? Let me know down below. I would quite like to do Shackleton at some point, because there is a funny story behind that one. The story is that Shackleton shot a cat in the face. Let me know down below what your thoughts on this are, or what whiskies that you think are also deserving of this treatment, I suppose.